Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Howard White, who's Executive Director at Hydrogen Utopia. How are you today, Howard?
I'm very well, thank you, Zach. How are you?
I'm doing well. A bit of news out today from Hydrogen Utopia. It would seem that you're at a fork in the road at the moment. Could you describe to shareholders where you are and what you think about it?
Yes, I think a fork in the road is probably a very good description. We, as the market is aware, have two prospects. We had this approach from an Argentinian company, Essential Energy Holdings, which we felt that we had to announce to shareholders because it was a very significant change in the route that we had previously announced, which was the Ohrid acquisition of 49% of the medicinal cannabis company. We made the announcement about 3 months ago. It had certain aspects that looked attractive, and we then, as directors, pursued our responsibility to fully investigate everything that we were doing a very deep dive due diligence on the company, and it hasn't quite come out as it originally appeared to be. We are continuing with that due diligence, but we felt that it was an imperative that after 3 months that we update the market. And that is exactly what we've done today. We told them that of the two forks in the road, one fork is still being investigated. And that really is it. I was a little, in all honesty, surprised at the share price reaction, insofar as some of our shareholders had been complaining that the Essential Energy option was actually putting a ceiling of 9p on the price of the share, which again I found kind of strange because it was 9p plus 3p cash, but you know, that's fine if the market wishes to interpret that. But the other fork in the road is Ohrid Organics, and I think that to give a brief update on that, everything is progressing extremely well. What we have found, almost to our surprise, is that we are now engaging with at least 3 large companies, one of them international of significant size and reputation, and they are actively looking, in fact have ordered substantial quantities of our product, and frankly they are also, there are at least 2 well-known companies that are looking for us to grow their IP under contract, and that is a very, very important baseline for any cannabis growing company that has significant partners, because they would become partners. They would give us their IP, and in this case, IP is the particular strain of cannabis that they have developed and that they have registered as theirs, and would be a very, very popular strain, and we would grow it for them. And we are certainly getting the sort of price that we need to meet the numbers that we have projected. And I have to say that I am extremely optimistic, to the extent that as I am still the owner of this business, I am investing quite heavily in new upgraded lighting and other facilities to make it even better. I mean, I would say that right now our facility is 8.5 to 9 out of 10, and that gives us an opportunity to produce product at a very low cost. We were in a very, very low cost region, but we are producing very high quality product. And we've had some experts in the field, and I think one can consider what I mean by experts who have considered the product in all its dimensions, and have said that if this was on the UK market now, it would be in the top 10% of product on the market, even though it's product that we're not particularly happy with. We know we can grow better, we can do better. So I am looking at these forks in the road, and as a executive director of Hydrogen Utopia, I actually don't know which one is in the best shareholders' interest. And I think the board feel the same way, that we are seeing how things develop. I think that the price of Hydrogen Utopia, as I've said before, is peculiarly underpriced. But if that's how the market sees it, then so be it. I mean, the market is a matter of people who buy and sell stock, and if they consider that it's worth 7p or 9p or 16p or whatever it is, that's what they'll pay for it. But I think I am very confident that in 12 months' time, I'll be looking back at this and saying, wow, we missed an opportunity. This is not my first PLC. I was involved with Stenelco. I took that from 0.2 of a p to 33p. I started AFC Energy from an IPO, and I think I got that up to 85p. And I think subsequent to my leaving the country, it went even higher. So I think that I'm investing in this personally, directly into the company, because I believe that this is going to be something huge. The cannabis market is taking off in quite an extraordinary way. There is, I believe, in Europe, a shortage in the market. Germany relaxed its policies and decriminalized cannabis on, I think it was the 1st of April. There was speculation that would actually cause a drop-off in the medicinal market, because people would say, oh, we don't have to get a prescription now. But in fact, it caused a big uplift in the market, because the belief is that the moment it was decriminalized, the stigma of using cannabis disappeared, and people who otherwise wouldn't have used it started going to their doctors. And the number of patients, to my understanding, has increased enormously. And the other market, which is being focused, is Poland, which has probably the easiest access to cannabis, but has up to now had a restriction on the amount that could be imported. Of course, as people probably know, there's been a change of government in Poland, and a much more relaxed and open-minded Tusk has now taken over. And the belief is that Poland is going to become another very, very large consumer. In addition to this, of course, we have Israel, which is still the largest consumer, and the population in that country per capita is the largest consumer of medicinal cannabis in the world. And we are seeing a demand there. And I think that there's soon going to be a time when we may not be able to meet the demand that the market puts upon us. So I'm very positive. I am very, very happy with things. I am not a day trader. I don't care if the price drops off a bit or goes up very high. I'm not selling stock. I'm keeping my position, and I'm very happy with my position. And I believe I'm going to be extremely happy in 12 months' time.
So just getting back to where shareholders of HUI are at the moment, is it the case that if the Argentine thing goes ahead, then they win, and if the Okra thing goes ahead, they win too? So heads they win, tails they win.
Heads they win, tails they win. I mean, it's a win-win situation. It doesn't it doesn't affect the outcome of what is going to happen to the hydrogen utopia price, which I believe will go up very, very aggressively.
But you have been punished by doing purely for doing DD on the Argentine thing.
I have seen the market punish me for a lot less, so it doesn't really bother me. But yes, you know, we've done our job. We've come back to the market to tell the market that we're doing our job, and this is what we've found. And for some reason, the market has punished us. Well, you know, for those that sold their shares, I hope in 12 months' time you're going to regret it very, very much.
On that note, Howard White, Executive Director at HUI, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Zach.